Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any of our platforms. Email me for pricing. I am tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Today we're discussing a 2021 variant of a model originally launched in 2020. This is the Panda dial, Parmigiani Fleurier Tonda GT. Again, the 2021 dial variant. It has a combination of an annual calendar and a chronograph in a swimmable package with integrated bracelet. It's how Parmigiani does a sports watch. The watch is 42 millimeters in diameter. It's approximately 13.8 millimeters thick from lug tip to lug tip, just the case. It's 47.3 millimeters, but if we measure the rigid outermost outcropping across the wrist, then the total distance across the wrist is 50.8, which is still quite manageable for a watch 42 millimeters in diameter. The steel timepiece feels redoubtable, solid, high quality, robust. It feels like it has real integrity to it. Taking a quick look at it in profile, you can see being under 14 millimeters thick with a stepped bezel, it will slide underneath most cuffs. Now taking another look, you can see that the lugs are not quite out to the edge of my wrist, so I believe you could wear this watch on a wrist as small as 15 centimeters circumference. Taking a wider view, you can see it really does fit my arm quite well. So if your wrist is my size, but you're also a big guy, about 6 feet tall, chances are your proportions are going to be similar. You're going to wear this watch just fine. Taking a look, we have integration of these Tonda-style teardrop lugs with a bracelet that includes taper down toward the clasp. We have alternating satin and polish. You can see that removable links here are fixed by tiny screws, and we do have intermediate-sized links on each side in case you find yourself in between link sizes when fine-tuning the fit. Thick gauge steel, twin trigger release clasp. It's a non-sequential close, so either side will close. You can see Parmigiani Fleurier. This is a company that's probably best known for making parts for other brands, and they make parts for everyone, including whole movements for the likes of Richard Mille. Parmigiani itself builds about 1,800 watches under its own name each year, so it's an important independent and also a fairly exclusive one, as even Moser's making somewhere around 3,000 watches a year these days. The quality of the bracelet is outstanding. It feels good, it feels silky, but there's not a lot of lateral play, so while it's very fluid, it doesn't want to bend side to side in the way it shouldn't be moving. Taking a quick look, we have teardrop chronograph pushers that match the profile of the lugs. We have a sharply knurled crown that's easy to grip. The watch, as you can see, is extensively water resistant. 100 meters of water resistance, so you can take this piece swimming, no sweat. The bezel has several different steps. There's a vertical lip outboard, then a coined profile, then a conical profile, giving way to a cambered sapphire and a dial that features a couple of different distinctive elements. The highest portion of the dial is the minutes and seconds track, which also features fractional second hashes for reading the chronograph. Then inboard of that, you can see it starts sloping down across a set of amphitheater-like tiers, and then inset in little notches are the applied metallic hour indices. We have a sort of modified clou de Paris guilloche, and then the sub-registers on this Panda-style dial are actually black lacquer. If you look carefully, you can see there's a month inside the constant seconds display, which uses two hands and concentric semicircles to display the running seconds. You get your chronograph hours at 6 o'clock, chronograph minutes over at 9, and oversized or double-digit date up at 12 o'clock. We'll do a loom shot here just to be absolutely certain. The watch uses the black version of Superluminova, which is nearly impossible to discern. My camera actually makes it look more legible than it is, so consider this watch to have no loom for practical purposes. Chronograph feel is excellent, and you can see via the engagement by vertical clutch, there's no jump, stagger, or extraneous motion to this chronograph mechanism. Taking a quick look at the double-digit date now. This is important because the watch is also an annual calendar. With the combination of the double-digit date and the month, it's able to depict the passage of even the irregular length months. It need be corrected only once per year during the jump from February to March, once or annually. That's why it's called an annual calendar. You only need to adjust it once per year. And you can see the month will jump because the month is attached mechanically to the double-digit date. So you quick set the date and the month using the same control. Oh, and by the way, the watch also features hacking or stop seconds. On the reverse side, we have a Vaucher manufacturer, twin-barrel automatic. This is doing business as the Parmigiani Fleurier caliber 043. Twin barrels. It has a 45-hour power reserve. The two barrels not giving you a super long power reserve, but a very even torque release, so you don't get a big balance amplitude drop-off after 24 hours, allowing for very precise timing. So you've got twin barrels, you've got a 4 hertz beat rate, annual calendar, you've got a chronograph, you've got a free sprung balance for precision of adjustment and also toughness against shock. And you can see all this pivots on 56 joules, the joule count exceptionally high because it is a modular complication with the chronograph annual calendar module on top of the base. You can also see that there's a sort of Côte de Soleil or sunburst stripes that radiate out from an imaginary center point atop the balance. We have solarization on the barrel caps, engine turning on the base plate. You can see the edges of the bridges feature snailing. The screw heads are all black polished, and then we have mostly mechanical but quite attractively applied bevels, along with a 22-karat mass that sits on high-efficiency ceramic rotor bearings. 22-karat mass is what you want to see because it's a more dense, more efficient winder than 21 or 18-karat. The solarization of the bearing cap at center, then you can see that the rotor features a combination of polish, media blast, and satination. So this watch rife with details. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for pricing.